So, a lot of you probably know what this is. This is a 1/64 scale NASCAR diecast. Now, you can basically find these online. You can basically find these online. Like, you can find them at eBay, Amazon, basically any, diecast online store. You can also find them on the Nascar.com. You can also find them on the Nascar.com merchandise shop. You know, the NASCAR shop on NASCAR.com. You can find them on there. But I mostly get these from eBay. So, yeah, this is a Kyle Larson one. And also, you can find some of your local retailers with this kind of design. This is a 1/64 scale diecast from Walmart. This is the NASCAR Authentics line, which are released in waves. And you can find these at your local Target and Walmart. Now, the window banners I did myself. I did the window banners myself. They do not have window banners like the Gold Series kind right here. But yeah, so there you have it. That's basically what they are. But that's not really what I was going to show you. There's something that I have done for a while that I really haven't shared with you guys. And I think today it's time for me to show you. Let's take a look at my custom NASCAR diecast. Both real life customs and fantasy customs. Let's do it. And with that, what's up everybody? It's Thomas4812 fan here, and welcome back to my NASCAR setup. So you might wonder, why are we here at the NASCAR track? Well, if you didn't see the part of the video before the intro, we are going to be looking at my custom NASCAR diecast. Both diecasts that are cars that are running in real life, and I also made some of my custom drivers. Now, we'll get to that in a little bit, but let's get the real life customs out of the way first. So, let's get into the ones that are really didn't need to do much to do them. So, let's get to it. First, we have Austin Cindric's discount tire car. This is basically Brad Keselowski's 2021 discount tire Ford. But I added rookie stripes on the back. And I added this, and I added the Cindric, and I replaced Keselowski's name with Cindric right there. Since, you know, Brad Keselowski is not driving the 2 car anymore. And then we also have we have Harrison Burton in the 21. Yeah, I did that. I did that on purpose because, you know, Harrison Burton, he flipped at Daytona. But yeah, here's Harrison Burton's number 21. Unfortunately, replacing Matt DiBenedetto. Really sad to see him get replaced, but Harrison Burton, he's an alright driver. Once again, this is a Matt DiBenedetto car. I just added rookie stripes in Burton's name. This did not have a window banner, so I just added one. Now, let's get into the ones that were a bit more complicated to make. Starting off with a car from 2311 Racing. Now, I already have a Bubba Wallace 2311 car, as you can see there. The DoorDash car, beautiful looking car. Very nice looking. But, now, 2311 Racing, if you don't know, has expanded to 2 cars. So, I made a custom car for that, and Kurt Busch has gone to 2311, and here is my custom Kurt Busch Monster Energy 45 car for 2311 Racing. Pretty simple car. This was basically a Martin Truex Jr. 2019 Darlington throwback. I really wasn't going to use it, so I just took some marker and I just colored over the entire car into just a plain black car, and then I just put decals on. And And I might have to make another one for when the next gens come out, because it's less likely we're going to get his Monster Energy car. It's very less likely we're going to get Kurt Busch's Monster Energy car, but we should get his other paint schemes. Like, there might be, like I see he's got McDonald's on his car. We might get a McDonald's paint scheme if he runs one. We're probably definitely going to get the Money Lion paint scheme that he ran at Phoenix. That car is beautiful. I really like that car. It is nice. Whew. Can always get a diecast of that. Anyways, moving on. We have RFK Racing next. Now, I already have a Chris Buescher Roush 17 car. But, of course, I also need the 6 car. Brad Keselowski made the move to Roush after being with Penske for basically his entire career. And now he's not only a driver, but he's also a co-owner there, too. And here's the car. So, basically, this was a Ryan Newman Kohler Generators car, but they changed the font of the 6, so I made it a... So, I redid the number. I just printed out some, like, decals to go over, like, the number. And, yeah, there you go. I think it turned out very well. I really like it. But, yeah, I see Kohler Generators there. I replaced Newman's name with Keselowski right there. And Sam on the back there. So, yeah, pretty cool. Next, we have Trackhouse. And, of course, Trackhouse is probably the biggest underdog we have seen in the field so far. I mean, Trackhouse has got some very fast cars. Like, Daniel Suarez almost won at Auto Club. Ross Chastain basically led the most laps at Las Vegas. And Ross Chastain was going for the win at Phoenix, too. So, Trackhouse is off to a hot start in 2022. But you can see this is Daniel Suarez, the 99 car. But they expanded 2 cars because, you know, they bought Chip Ganassi Racing. So they bought both charters for that car, the 42 and the 1. They bought the charters from those cars. And now they are the 99 and the 1. So here is Ross Chastain's number 1 car. And it's outdated. It's got McDonald's on the car. He's not sponsored by McDonald's anymore. This was made before that, though. But yeah, so this is basically Chastain's car until I actually like get like his diecast, like his Advent Health car. Yeah, I probably would say the Advent Health car would be the car that I would get him. Yeah, which that Advent Health car looks very nice. Cannot wait for that car to come out. Very beautiful looking. Suarez has also got some pretty cool paint schemes too. That Tootsie's car is definitely going to be a good addition to the collection. Cannot wait for that car to come out. But yeah, I am super excited for the next gen diecast to come out. They're going to be awesome. Anyways, moving on to Colleague Racing. Now, Colleague Racing has gone full-time in the Cup Series, if you don't know. They ran a part-time schedule. They ran, I believe, 1 race in 2020 with Justin Haley in the 16, and then they did several races in 2021 with Kaz Gralla and AJ Allmendinger behind the wheel, and AJ Allmendinger actually won a race in the number 16 at the Indianapolis Road Course. Now they got into 2 cars, the 31 and the 16. Now the 31 is their full-time car. That's their car competing for points and the championship. And then you got the 16 car, which has rotating drivers throughout the season. But anyways, here we go. Here is Justin Haley's number 31 leaf filter car. Now, this car, I believe the base for this one was, oh yeah, I can see there. This was a William Byron Patriotic Liberty University car. Yeah, I had a few of these laying around because, you know, I wanted to make custom diecast. And I've had them for like a few years. Yeah, I bought these when they came out in Wave 12. And let me just tell you, the PTC mold's absolutely atrocious. Yeah. Yeah, you can see the tire, the big fat tires. It's kind of ugly looking, if I'm going to be honest. A lot of people do agree on that. But, you know, I got to work with what I got. And I like how this car turned out. Very nice. Very nice looking paint scheme. I like it. Then we have the number 16 car. This is the Hyper Ice car. I believe this was a Chase Elliott Hooters car. yeah, and I do have one. Ah, hit something. But here it is. Yeah, that's the Chase Elliott car right there. And then I had another one, and I painted that one, and I painted the other one of this into that one, into that car. Put it back. There we go. So yeah, this is the 16 car, and it's going to be driven by 3 drivers. That would be Xfinity Series champion Daniel Hemrick, AJ Allmendinger, and Noah Gragson will be making a few starts for the team as well. Which Noah has not made any starts for the 16 car yet. It's just been AJ and Daniel in the number 16. But we'll see. I mean, I don't know when Noah's gonna have the next race. If anyone knows the part-time schedule for Noah Gragson for Colleague Racing, let me know. But yeah, now moving on to JTG Doherty Racing, and they basically had no diecast made for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Like 0. They did not make a single one, which is kind of sad because I would really like one. I would really like a Stenhouse Kroger diecast. That would have been great. But you know, we did get a JTG car made, but it was Ryan Preece, the Velveeta Darlington throwback. I am planning on probably getting that car very soon. But yeah, I wish they would have released the 47. But here is my custom Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Kroger car, and it's based off the paint scheme that he's running this year. Yeah, it's pretty plain. Nothing really too much going on. This was a Bubba Wallace Worldwide Technology car from 2020. And painted it this dark blue. And yeah, pretty plain looking custom though. Also, the 47 has now been slanted the other way on the next gen car, which I think is pretty interesting how they did that. I don't know why they did it. But yeah, they did that, so yeah. Now moving on to Richard Petty Motorsports. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Petty GMS Motorsports. Yeah, so Richard Petty Motorsports was supposed to go back into 2022 with a one-car team, and GMS was supposed to have their own entry with Ty Dillon driving the 94, but Richard Petty decided to sell the team to GMS. They merged, and now they become Petty GMS Motorsports with Eric Jones in the 43. And this is the Armor All car that I have for him. Very nice. Got it for Christmas. Really like that car. Which he's not sponsored by Armor All. He's sponsored by Focus Factor, which I cannot wait to get that Focus Factor car. It's going to look very nice. Which Eric Jones has actually been performing pretty well, except for the 2 accidents he got into the last 2 weeks. Like, he crashed at Vegas, and then he crashed at Phoenix last week too. So yeah, Eric Jones is starting to fall off a bit, but hopefully he can get things going back up again. Hopefully this week at Atlanta he'll be able to recover and get some like good points and actually like run very well. Like, he ran really well at Auto Club, and he could have won at Daytona too. But anyways, now here is Ty Dillon's number 42 car. Very plain. This was made before he had any sponsorship announced. So yeah, this is just a William Byron Liberty University patriotic car. And yeah, I had a few of these PTC mold Chevrolets laying around. So I decided to put them into good use and make customs out of them. But yeah, very nice looking car. Pretty nice. It's not really much. Not really that much of a car, honestly. Now let's move on to the diecast, to the teams that really don't get diecast made for them. So we gotta do it ourselves. First, we have Wickrama Racing, and now Wickrama Racing in 2021 was a 4-car team. The 51, the 15, the 52, and the 53. Both with Chevrolet and Ford. But now, they have an alliance with Stewart-Haas Racing, becoming a strictly 4-team and downsized to 2 cars. The 51, which is their main points car, and the 15, which is just a car with rotating drivers. But let's get to the 51 first. Here is everyone's favorite driver, Cody Ware. Yeah, it's not like he's crashed. It's not like he's crashed a million times and brought out a ton of cautions. No. That didn't happen. But yeah, in all seriousness, here's his Nurtec ODT Ford. I really don't know what Nurtec is. Is it some sort of like medicine? I don't know. But the paint scheme that he's running this year, pretty good. I like it. I kind of like the colors, the yellow and the blue stripes, and the white that kind of like go along the side of the car. And he has two variants that he's running. He's got this purple variant, and he also has a black one that he ran a few times. I think he ran it like I think he ran it at Auto Club and Las Vegas. He also ran it at the Clash as well. And then the purple one he ran at Daytona and last week at Phoenix, which he also KO'd Corey LaJoie's tire too, if anyone remembers that, when Corey LaJoie hit the wall. But yeah, more Cody Ware memes. Yeah, the Cody Ware memes never die. But yeah, there's Cody Ware. And then here's the 15. This has had several drivers. We had Ryan Preece that ran it in the Clash. David Reagan drove the 15 with a select blinds paint scheme at Daytona in the Daytona 500. And then Garrett Smithley has ran it for basically every single race so far. He also ran a trophy tractor car, which also looked pretty cool. Or was it trophy tractor? I don't know. But yeah, it's a very nice looking car. And here's the Jacob Company's car that he runs. And that Cody Ware was a Daniel Suarez, number 41, which I barely even remember Daniel Suarez at Stewart-Haas Racing. He got literally booted after 1 year. And this is a Kevin Harvick Busch car. Yeah, this was a Kevin Harvick Busch car. He doesn't run the regular Busch car anymore. Now it's just Busch Light. But, yeah. Jacob Company's nice looking car. Pretty nice looking. I like how it turned out. Next car we have is for Live Fast Motorsports, and this is BJ McLeod in the Motorsport Games Ford. And Motorsport Games, they really don't make that good NASCAR games. I mean, like, literally, the NASCAR game they recently came out with last year, NASCAR 21 Ignition, it's absolute trash. There's just so many bugs, glitches. I really recommend you do not play that game, and just don't. Just stay away from it. They also released a NASCAR Heat game for the Switch, which is actually 100 times better than NASCAR 21 Ignition. It's actually playable. And yeah, so yeah, this is BJ McLeod, number 78. And this is a Paul Menard Wood Brothers diecast. But yeah, nice. Okay, now let's get on to the teams that have just made select starts. And here we have the New York Racing Team. Yeah, the New York Racing Team. Who would have thought they would come back? But, yeah, here's the 44 car. And also the driver of this 44 car is none other than the Biff, Greg Biffle. Was not expecting Biffle to return to the Cup Series at all. But he did. And this is the 44 car. He made 2 starts. He ran the Daytona 500, and he also ran at Las Vegas. So there you go. That's Greg Biffle in the 44. Next up, we have Team Heisenberg. I don't know how you pronounce it. Anyways, Team Heisenberg, number 27. And this, of course, is driven by Jacques Villeneuve. He ran this at the Daytona 500. And I think he's gonna run. I think they're gonna make like select starts at like road courses. So I think their next start's gonna be like at Coda probably. But yeah, this is actually the car that Jacques did not run in the Daytona 500. He ran this in the dual races, though. He ran this in his dual race, but he didn't run this in the 500. He actually ran a whole different paint scheme. I don't know what the sponsor was, but it had to do something with wood. So yeah, here's the paint scheme. It's kind of bland, honestly. I couldn't find the Team the Heisenberg Systems logos to put on the hood, so I just left it plain. And yeah, so there is Jacques Villeneuve in the number 27. Which also, that car that he ran in the Daytona 500 was also pretty nice looking too. I mean, like, the teal green and the orange and red. I thought that was a nice looking paint scheme. And, well, let's just say that Jacques was kind of a hazard on the track. I mean, he was basically in the way of the main pack. Like, he could honestly LePage the field like Like, there were a few times where he literally could have just straight up LePaged the field. Imagine if Jock caused the big one. That would have been insane. Anyways, we got MBM next, and these are the last 4. We have 4 cars left in the real life car category. So here is Timmy Hill's number 66, bumper.com. Ford. Now, this car does not have chrome numbers. It did, but they changed it at the last second. So yeah, this car is kind of inaccurate, but I like how it turned out. I like how the paint scheme turned out. I like it. It's also a very nice paint scheme, too. So there's Timmy. And now, here's the second MBM entry they had in the Daytona 500. J.J. Haley in the 55, which failed to qualify. Both MBM entries did not make the Daytona 500. So, yeah. So here is the Hex.com Ford for J.J. Haley. Yeah, it's a pretty plain car. This was I think this one was like a Ryan Newman Windham Rewards car. And this one was a Ryan Blaney Money Lion car. You can see there with the teal green right there. Like the kind of mint green down there. But yeah, so there is J.J. Haley. Okay, we have 2 more cars left to go in this group. Next up, we have Beard Motorsports, Noah Gragson, the number 62, Beard Oil, Chevrolet. So, yeah, this is a nice looking paint scheme. I like it with the American flag going along the side of the car. But yeah, there is Noah Gragson, the Beard Oil car, which he was running very strong in the Daytona 500 until he got involved in that crash with like 10 to go. So yeah, very unfortunate for Noah Gragson how that race ended for him. He was running very strong. Now let's get to a team which we had no idea. We had no idea if this team was going to come to form. But it did. They made their first start at the Daytona 500 and they made the show. Here is the none other than Floyd Mayweather's money team. The number 50 Pit Viper car, Kaz Gralla. So yeah, this was a William Byron. Yeah, this was like a 2020 William Byron Exalta car. And then I think this was a Matt Kenseth 42 Credit One Bank car. I keep forgetting to tell you what the base was for them. I believe the Jock Villeneuve car was a Paul Menard Darlington throwback. So yeah, from 2019. But here is Kaz Gralla with the rainbow kind of look. It's kind of a funky looking car, honestly. It's kind of weird looking. I mean, it's unique. It's unique. That's all I can say about the paint scheme is that's unique. But yeah, that basically does it for the regular cars. Now let's get into the more interesting part of the video. So, this is my fantasy driver custom car lineup. Basically, these are basically drivers that I either made up myself or they're from like shows I really like or something. So, yeah, I know this is probably going to be a little weird to some, but you know what? I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to take the criticism I get and just do this. So, anyways, this is basically a headcanon of mine. I basically have like my own universe of the real world of NASCAR. So, yeah, I made teams and drivers. So yeah, let's get right into them. Okay, first off, we have this number 2 Blue Deuce Ford. Now, I'm pretty sure that you probably know the Blue Deuce kind of look. This was a This was kind of like off of like a Brad Keselowski like censored car. Yeah, because you couldn't like they couldn't put like Miller Lite on the car. So yeah, they did like Blue Deuce. Yeah, I do have the actual Brad Keselowski car. Is it up here? Yeah, it's up here. Yeah, here's the actual Brad Keselowski Blue Deuce car from 2014. He never ran this car, but this is just like a car for like kids because, you know, they can't put Miller Lite on it. So, yeah. And, you know, I kind of wanted to do this. So, I was kind of thinking that Blue Deuce could be like a made-up sponsor. Like, it's some sort of, like, water soda or something. You know, like, kind of like a flavored water. You know, like bubbly or, what are other ones? I don't know, like vitamin water or something. Like, you know, water, you know, companies that, like, make water with flavors in them. That's kind of like what it is. But it's kind of like a soda, too. So, yeah, Blue Deuce. And this is actually a character from... This is actually a character from the Walt Disney movie. Yeah, it's a Disney movie. And it's from one of the movies that I kind of grew up watching on VHS. Yeah, we did have a few VHSs laying around. Like, you know, like at my aunt's house, there were like VHSs of like old Disney movies that I would watch. I think I also watch them on DVD sometimes too. And they're on Disney Plus, so I can like go and watch them. But anyways, this character is from the sequel of Lady and the Tramp, Stamp's Adventure. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of you don't know. There's probably a few of you that really don't even like know that movie has a sequel. But it does. Go look it up. So, yeah, this is the character Angel in the number 2. Yeah, so this is Angel number 2. You can see, cheers to Angel right there. Very creative looking paint scheme. And this is a 4th car for Penske. And in my universe, some cars have the same numbers. So, yeah, this was a second 2 car for Team Penske. And, yeah, I'll kind of talk about this more in like a headcanon video. Like, I'm probably like make like a little thing for all the backstories of all the drivers. But I'm just showing the customs for now, so I'll just put Angel over here. Okay, moving on, if you even catched any of that. Next up, we have our first made-up team, and this is a team called 7-Time Champions Racing. Now, this team is run by my favorite NASCAR driver of all time, the GOAT, Jimmy Johnson, Mr. 7-Time Champion. So, yeah, 7-Time Champions Racing, because, you know, he's a 7-time champion. And in my headcanon, he did not only just go to race IndyCar, but he also became a NASCAR team owner. And he owns 2 cars. This is a 2-car team in 2022. And oh yeah, I believe this Angel Custom was a Brad Keselowski 2019 discount tire car. So yeah, that was the first Brad Keselowski discount tire car on the Ford Mustang mold that I got. I got that back in 2020, if you remember, but like my old diecast haul video from like way back in 2020. I think, yeah, I did get that like in a little diecast haul. But I wasn't going to use it anymore because I now have another Brad Keselowski discount tire car. So anyways, here's the next custom. This is a character from the show My Little Pony Tales from 1992. And it is available on Tubi if you want to go check it out. It's available on Tubi, which is actually like a free streaming place. You can basically stream movies and TV shows for free. So, yeah, that's nice. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to sign in or anything. But there's like a few things that there are some things that are like behind like a paywall or something. If you want to like save like a movie to your watch list or something, you have to like sign in and stuff. But you can't go out there. But if you just want to go watch like a show or something, you can do that. But anyways, this is a character from My Little Pony Tales, and this is my favorite character from the series, Bright Eyes. And this is her number 24 Exalta Chevrolet. So yeah, basically a small thing here. So I made a little bit of a backstory that her favorite driver was Jeff Gordon, and, you know, watched him back in the 90s. You know, Jeff Gordon was basically like the king of NASCAR drivers in the 90s. Like, he won like 4 Cup Series championships. He won like 3 in that time period in the 90s, and then he won his 4th in 2001. And, yeah, so she basically watched every single one of those and came into the Cup Series in 2015 and got her first win at her first start in Michigan. Kurt Busch originally won that race, but in my headcanon, it was her that won that race. So yeah, and then she won the championship in 2019 and also won the Daytona 500 the year right after she got her first win in 2016. Won the Daytona 500 and won several other races. Won the Cup Series championship in 2019, and left Joe Gibbs in 2021, and now goes over to 7-time Champions Racing to join Chevrolet, and she's now driving the famous number 24, the number of her longtime racing idol. So yeah, that's pretty much the backstory, and yeah. This is the car. And this was originally a Jeff Gordon. This is a Jeff Gordon iRacing car. If you do not know, Jeff Gordon ran this car in iRacing at North Wilkesboro, I believe. Yeah, they held like a pro invitational race at North Wilkesboro, which I thought was pretty interesting. I didn't watch it. I wanted to, but I missed it. But yeah, so this is the Jeff Gordon iRacing car. I love it. Very nice looking car. Very nice. I really like it. But yeah. And then here's the second car. And this is the Ally number 48, driven by a character from Paw Patrol, which is a show I absolutely love. Do not judge me. And I'm like, I know I'm 16 years old, but I like that show. It's good. It's good in my opinion. But anyways, yeah, this is my favorite character in the show of all time, Marshall, which also, there is a episode or a special where he's a racer in Ready Race Rescue. So, it makes sense. It makes sense that he would be a racer. It makes sense. I mean, with Bright Eyes, it was just kind of made up. It's just kind of made up. She really didn't have anything connected to racing in the show, if you don't know. But for Marshall, it makes sense because, you know, he kind of has a racing connection with this fictional driver that the creators of Paw Patrol came up with. And it's a drive racer that he's raced for a long time, the Whoosh, and I decided to make him his crew chief. And yeah, so here's the 48 car that Marshall drives. And this is basically a Jimmy Johnson 2020 Rally paint scheme. This is his or white Ally paint scheme. He basically ran this for the rest of the season. He basically changed it into this car. He first ran it at the Daytona Road Course, and then he like raced it for the rest of the season. And sadly, he missed the playoffs in this car, which I was sad that Jimmy missed the playoffs. I really wanted Jimmy Johnson to make it, but this is still a nice paint scheme. I like it. I honestly don't know which is better, the white version or the black version. I mean, I think both look pretty all right, but maybe the white might be better. I don't know. I mean, honestly, the black outline with the 48 kind of looks a little better, so probably this one might be better. But this one right here was still better than the 2019 Ally car. Yeah, this thing. Yeah, this is probably the worst Ally paint scheme. But Ally really has gotten better with their paint schemes, so I am very happy for that. Though I gotta say, the car that Alex Bowman's running this year is just such a downgrade. I really wish they kept the same design from last year. I liked it. That was probably one of the most beautiful cars from 2021. That Alex Bowman Ally car, I am so happy I own it. It is so beautiful. But yeah, there's Marshall. I also put some rookie stripes on the back because, you know, he's a rookie. And, yeah, so there's Marshall. Now let's get into another new team. And this team is Minty Racing. Now, this is another new team that I came up with, and this team, of course, is is named after one of my favorite ponies of MLP of all time, Minty, who is basically from Generation 3. Yeah, in my opinion, I think G3 is okay. I honestly, I don't mind Generation 3. And I know a lot of people that love G4 hate G3, but I'm one of those people that just doesn't. Because, you know, there's other people that do. There's other people that like, I like all the generations of My Little Pony. Like, I like all of them, especially the G5 that's come out, that came out this year. Very excited. We are just 1 month away from G5 content. I am so excited. Cannot wait. But yeah, I'm also working on my movie review of the My Little Pony New Generation movie. That is coming soon. That is coming. I am still working on it. I'm trying to, but so I've been kind of like posting like little meme videos until I can release my big project I'm working on right now. But yeah, this is just a little showcase video. It's not a project. But anyways, yeah, here is Minty Racing, and there are 2 drivers on this team. So let's get to one of them. This is the number 8 Budweiser car, and this is Sweetberry, who is basically a character from Generation 3. And I really can't remember why I decided to add her to the Cup Series lineup. I mean, I don't know. I just found like some random car. I guess maybe I wanted to expand the team a little more, so I just grabbed some random character. But yeah, she's definitely become one of the more staple characters in my lineup. And this is a Dale Earnhardt Jr. kind of looking paint scheme. You know, this paint scheme is basically a reference to Dale Jr.'s Budweiser car. Here's the actual Dale Jr. Budweiser car that I own. This is from like 2006, I think. But yeah, so basically like the cars in Minty Racing kind of like based off of the DEI cars. So yeah, this is the Sweetberry's number 8 Budweiser car. I thought it looked, I think it turned out pretty well. I think that was a William Byron All-Star car, the car that he ran at like the All-Star race back in 2020. You know, when they moved the numbers back, when they had this hideous number placement. I am so happy that they did not go with that, because I don't know if I could have lived with that change. I don't know if I could have lived with the numbers being pushed back. I just was really not a fan of it, but I'm fine with them moving the numbers forward, because then you can at least still see the numbers okay. They still made the numbers big. They still made them easy to read. I like that the teams are still making the numbers big and easy to read. That's, you know, I get they want to make the sponsors bigger on the car, but keep the numbers as big as the sponsor. You want the numbers to be big on the side. You want them to read them. But a lot of the paint schemes I've seen for 2022, they have definitely improved on that. They've definitely taken advantage of the number placement. They're like Stewart-Haas Racing. I mean, you look at Stewart-Haas, they have basically taken advantage of the number placement. The paint schemes that Stewart-Haas has put out this year, they might be the best looking cars on the track. I mean, that Chase Briscoe Mahindra Tractors car, so beautiful. I love it. The red, the black, it's so cool. And I'm so happy to see that car in Victory Lane, too. It was cool to see Chase Briscoe get his first win in that car at Phoenix. So, yeah, moving on. This is our second car. This is our second car in the Minty Racing lineup. And this is the number 3. This is a Austin Dillon 2020 Dow car. But this is not Austin Dillon. This is not Austin Dillon. This is another driver. And this is a character from a well-known Walt Disney movie, if you even want to call it that. I mean, it's a movie that really gets overshadowed from Walt Disney because, I don't know, I guess people really don't pay attention to it much, but if you read the name banner, you can obviously know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Bambi is honestly my favorite Walt Disney movie, in my opinion. I'm sorry, it is. I mean, I get that a lot of people say it's boring. It's just, it's like they say it's not very good, but I like it. It's a good movie, in my opinion. They also made a sequel, too, which I thought was pretty cool, but it's more of a mid-quel because it takes place after Bambi's mother gets shot. And then it just goes right into adulthood in the first one. But then the second one starts, like, right after, like, the whole mother death scene. Yeah, it's basically a mid-quel. It's not a sequel, but yeah. But here's Bambi, number 3. And there's a bit of a connection to this, because in my version, it's kind of like Bright Eyes' story, except his driver was Dale Sr., so you kind of see what I did there. I kind of wanted to make these two friendly rivals. Like, the other one like Jeff Gordon, the other one like Dale Earnhardt. Like, remember Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt's rivalry in the 90s? Like, that was probably one of the best rivalries in NASCAR of all time. Like, probably next to Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson, honestly. I mean, honestly, for me, Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, that was a legendary rivalry between those two teammates. And I think we're going to see the same thing with Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott. I think Elliott and Larson are the new Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon. I'm calling it right now. Especially with what happened at Fontana. I honestly would not be surprised if they become rival teammates. Because Chase Elliott was always finishing up short to Larson. So you could probably tell that Elliott might be a bit jealous of Larson. I would not be surprised if he is, but yeah, so Bambi's favorite driver was Dale Sr., and you know, Bambi came to the team in 2018 when Minty Racing was just a Toyota team, and he ended up winning the season finale at Homestead. He got signed to a full-time deal in 2019. Didn't do much. 2020 did nothing. And then 2021 he switched to the 3-car to honor his idol, if you will, and carry on the legacy of the number 3. And yeah, I actually made custom next-gen paint schemes for all these drivers. So, you know, maybe I'll show all of them in a video. Maybe I'll get them all in a video together. Well, we'll see. I'll make a little slideshow of them. But yeah, for now I'm just showing the diecast. So yeah, there's the number 3. Bambi, number 3. There's also a second paint scheme. This is the Bass Pro car. This is, of course, an Austin Dillon car that I got for Easter last year. And he also won at Texas in this car in 2020. So, yeah, RCR, they made that strategy call, and he and Tyler Reddick finished 1-2. That was pretty interesting. But yeah, 2020 overall was a pretty interesting year. Now let's get into another character from the Lady and the Tramp sequel. And this is for Lady Racing, number 20. This is one of Lady's daughters, Danielle. Now, yeah, she had 3 daughters, and they didn't have names in the first movie, but they gave them names in the second one. And they were Annette, Colette, and Danielle. So, yeah, they really didn't have that much screen time in the movie. They only get like a couple of seconds of screen time every like scene they were in. So, yeah, they really didn't get that much screen time. But yeah, here's Danielle. And I decided to make her kind of like a dirt racer. She's kind of like an aggressive one. I would probably say she's like a very aggressive kind of racer. She's kind of roughed up, and no pun intended, because she's a dog. And like, you know, she's like a very aggressive driver. You know, say like Joey Logano. Like or Kyle Busch. Like, she's a very aggressive kind of driver and will literally do anything to win. She's kind of like one of those drivers. You know, NASCAR has kind of a few of those drivers in the field. Like, honestly, obviously, this guy is one of those kind. And I hate that. I hate Logano. I don't like him. Which, in my head canon, he did not win the 2018 championship. It was Martin Truex Jr. Yeah, I said it. In my universe, Truex won the dang war. Not Logano. But anyways, moving on. So, now we're on to another My Little Pony Generation 3 team, which is a team that is also in the Generation 3 world. It is called Sky Racing, and it's a mix of two characters from My Little Pony Generation 3 that really didn't get that much time in the spotlight. They only had two specials to themselves. Yeah, there were two specials that they had, and they were both kind of connected. So, yes. First off, we have this number 7 car. This is a Danica Patrick. This, of course, is Danica Patrick's last ride with new number 7 decals. But yeah, this is basically Danica's last ride from Daytona, if you remember, which Danica's actually now in the Fox Sports booth. She was in the booth for Fox Sports both at Las Vegas and Phoenix, and I thought she did an all right job in my opinion, though I wish she would have called Stenhouse on the radio. That would have been just absolutely funny. I would have laughed my butt off so hard if she would have done that. I mean, it should have happened. I mean, if they can get Danica back in, they got to get Stenhouse on the radio, because I just got to hear that. But she did pretty good, in my opinion, even though that she really didn't have that much success in NASCAR. She basically was going on about IndyCar and stuff that she was actually successful in. But yes, driving this number 7 car is not Danica. It's not. This is a whole nother driver. This is Sky Wishes, which is a character from Generation 3 that did not get that much screen time. She was only in she started only 2 specials and then just was pushed off into the background. So, yeah, this is her GoDaddy number 7 car. She's kind of a pretty neutral driver, not really that successful. She just really hangs mid-pack. She's just one of those drivers that just hangs mid-pack. She's just kind of there. But yeah, she won the Daytona 500 in 2020 in my headcanon, so at least you could say that. I mean, same with Michael McDowell. He's not really that successful driver, but at least you could say he won a Daytona 500, because that's a huge deal. If you win the Daytona 500, it's a huge deal in your career. So that kind of makes you successful in some way. So yeah, Michael McDowell is now considered probably one of the greats because he won the Daytona 500. But yeah, same with her. Same with Sky Wishes. So yeah, next up, we have her best friend, if you will. This is Twinkle Troll, who is another character in Generation 3, which was kind of Sky Wish's best friend. And yeah, so they were both featured in Dancing in the Clouds and Friends Are Never Far Away. And it was kind of and those two specials were connected. Yeah, Dancing in the Clouds and then Friends Are Never Far Away. It was kind of maybe an extended cut of it, or it's kind of it's basically a sequel. So yeah, there's basically 2 specials. It's basically connected. So it's a duology, if you will. Yeah, double duology and then triple trilogy. Quadruple trilogy. I don't know how you would say it if there were 4 movies. I don't know. But yeah, so here's Twinkle Troll number 43, TikTok. I came up with the idea for her sponsor to be TikTok because, she's kind of a dancer, and I get it. TikTok's cringe. I get it. But there's some things I like on this website. There are some things that are good on this website. You just gotta look good. You just gotta look hard enough. But don't go too deep into TikTok, because a lot of it is cringe. I'm sorry. Just a lot of it is not good. Don't go too deep into TikTok, kids. Just don't. Don't go too deep into it. Because you're going to get manipulated and brainwashed. But yeah, there is Twinkle Troll's number 43. And I believe this was I can't remember what diecast this was. What car was this? I know I painted it a long time ago. What one was it? I think this was another William Byron 2020 car, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it was another one from 2020. Yeah, I we had 2 William Byron cars, but there were 2. I ordered William Byron's 2020 Exalta car, and for some reason, I got 2 of them. Like, I don't know exactly how I got 2 of them. I really don't know how that happened, but yeah, one of them, the window banner kind of got, the Cup Series window banner kind of got scratched off, so I decided to just use another one. So there was another one, and I decided to just use that one until the William Byron car for last year came out, the rainbow car from last year. So I just turned that one into a custom. Now let's get on to the next one. Now, some teams actually have 2 manufacturers, and this is one of them. So now this one is another character from Dancing in the Clouds and Friends Are Never Far, Far Away. This is Starcatcher, which is basically a Pegasus. Yes, basically all three main pony races were in G3. There were Earth Ponies, Pegasite, and Unicorn. They were all in there. Though Earth Ponies came first, and then they did Pegasus, and then Unicorns came, like, way later. But, yeah, she made her debut in Dancing in the Clouds, and this is her number 6 UPS car. Another random sponsor, just another random sponsor, nothing really connected, but yeah. So there is her car. Pretty nice, which also in my head canon, at Las Vegas, these two kind of got into a bit of an incident, and they got into a little bit of an argument, but after a team meeting, they became friends again going into Phoenix. But I'll get into that maybe in my headcanon video, like maybe at the end of the 2022 season, I'll kind of do my whole headcanon from 2014 all the way up to 2022 today. I'll get into that into another video. But anyways, here's another car. This is kind of like another paint scheme for her, if you will. This is a Ryan Newman 2021 Oscar Mayer car. This is one of my first 2021 diecasts I got too, along with the Chris Buescher diecast. But yeah, this car is pretty cool. I like it, with the hot dog on the side and the mustard kind of look on the side. But yeah, that's like another paint scheme I used for her. But yeah, this is about custom cars, but still, this is another paint scheme that she has. Okay, I did a little bit of a jump cut because NASCAR Race Hub was about to come on right as I was about to talk about the next one. So I watched Race Hub, and Radioactive was on that one. You know, I love Radioactive. It's great. I mean, if you haven't watched Radioactive on NASCAR Race Hub, then what are you doing? It is great. Just hearing the drivers talking over the radio. It's so cool. I love it. It's like a little mini movie. I like it. I like how Race Hub does it. But yeah, anyways, let's continue. So we still have 2 more cars to go through for Skytroll Racing. And now here's the next one. And this is Bambi's girlfriend, Feline, in the number 13 Geico Chevrolet. This is basically Ty Dillon's number 13 car from 2019. I did have a NASCAR Authentics version I got at a Walmart a few years ago, but I lost it, unfortunately. But I think I found it again. I think I might have found it again. I don't know. But yeah, I got this as a replacement. And yeah, and since Germain Racing decided to just completely die out of nowhere, along with Levine Family Racing, both Germain Racing and Levine Family Racing shut down after 2020. So I was like, what the heck am I going to do with this 13 car? Because no one races it anymore. I was thinking, you know, I had Feline in a number 18 car at Joe Gibbs, but that car just wasn't working well, and, you know, she decided to leave, and I decided to make Skytroll Racing a multi-car team in 2022, and this is one of the cars. So, yeah, here's Feline in the number 13, which Feline, she really didn't get that much screen time in the Bambi movies. I mean, like, in the first movie, in the first part, like, as her young self, only got, like, one, like, she was in, like, probably, like, one scene early in the movie. Like, the meadow part. Oh, Betty's barking upstairs. Yeah, that's our dog, Betty. Yeah, she's barking. Yeah, she's barking upstairs. But, anyways, yeah, Feline really didn't get that much screen time in the first one, nor the second one. I think the only time that she, like, really got a good amount of screen time was, like, late in this first movie when they were all grown up, but I really don't pay too much attention to that. But, yeah, if we're talking about, like in their young years, then, yeah, she really didn't get that much spotlight. But, yeah, here's Feline, the number 13, so there you go. Moving on to the final car for Skywatch Racing, and this one is another character from My Little Pony Tales. This is a second character from My Little Pony Tales. This is Patch in the number 42 Clover Chevrolet. Now, if you want to know more about all these characters that I gave cars to, then you can, like, go look them up on the wiki, like, for, like, Skywish's Twinkle Twirl Sweetberry. You can just, like, look up on, like, the My Little Pony G3 wiki and get, like, it maybe, or, like, maybe, like, there might be some people that talk about them. I don't know. Like, you can, like, find some information on the Wikipedia or something. Same with these characters from Tales. So, like, you can go out on the wiki and find out about all of them. But anyways, yeah, here's Patch in the number 42 Clover Chevrolet. Now, she was with Chip Ganassi. In my headcanon, she was with Chip Ganassi Racing in 2021. But, of course, we all know Chip Ganassi Racing closed its doors after 2021 because Trackhouse basically bought the entire organization. They bought the charters. They bought the whole race shop. They basically bought everything. And let me tell you, it's worked. I mean, Suarez and Chastain have been so close to wins so far. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see one of them grab a win. But yeah, so here's Patch in the number 42. This is the Clover car, which this is a Ross Chastain Clover car from last year. Pretty nice looking. I mean, though I gotta say, kind of odd with the orange numbers because it doesn't match. I mean, this paint scheme was used when Kyle Larson drove the 42 car before he dropped the N-bomb, if you know what I mean. But then again, that you really got to look on that N-bomb, and that honestly kind of helped his career in some way. I mean, there was good that came out of it. He went to Hendrick Motorsports, completely just dominated last year and won the championship. Like, there was some good that came out of it. So maybe I guess you could look at it as a happy accident for Kyle Larson. But yeah, so here's Patch in the 42. Yeah, this car was driven by Kyle Larson back in 2019, and he did win a race in the Clover car. That was in the fall of 2019 at Dover, and that was his first win since 2017 at Richmond. So, big win for Larson. And then in 2020, they switched it to orange, which I don't know why they changed the numbers to orange. I just don't know why they did that. But, yeah. And this is the car that Chastain also ran, the Daytona 500 as well. So, yeah, there's other paint schemes for Patch as well. There's the McDonald's car. I got this car for Christmas, if you haven't seen my Christmas haul. If you didn't see my Christmas video of all the stuff I got. Yeah, this is the Ross Chastain McDonald's car, which definitely one of the more interesting-looking McDonald's cars. I mean, yeah, it's interesting. Like, you got this huge M right here that doesn't even go anywhere. Like, it doesn't even come down right there. That's just kind of weird, but yeah, it's a weird-looking McDonald's car. Now we got a little bit of a better McDonald's-looking car. Here's the McDelivery car. Which, yeah, this is like a secondary paint scheme that she'll run, the 42. It's a McDelivery car. Yeah, this car was ran by Matt Kenseth when he filled in for Kyle Larson for the rest of the 2020 season. Yeah, 2020 was a crazy season for NASCAR. It was. What a heck of a time 2020 was, am I right? Yeah, but yeah, it was a crazy year. But yeah, here's the Matt Kenseth 42. I basically got this car because Chastain runs the 42 and he's sponsored by McDonald's. So I basically got this car just for that purpose. Even though it's got Credit One on the car, which also Credit One Bank will be on Patch's car as well. So this is the Credit One Bank. This is the Credit One Bank car, and it's got the sponsor that got raided by the FBI right there, DC Solar. Ross Chastain was supposed to have a full-time Xfinity deal with them, and then the FBI just came in and gone they go. DC Solar right out the door. And Chastain, well, I don't know how to say it. I mean, he just kind of fell off the face of the earth for a little bit. And then he goes to trucks, and then he runs the truck series for a bit, and he makes the championship 4, so great job for Chastain there. But anyways, yeah, here's the 42. Yeah, these are just additional paint schemes that shall run. That shall run in my own fictional NASCAR Cup Series. Anyways, next car. I probably should have done this after. I probably should have showed this one after Angel because this is a Team Penske car. Here is another character from Paw Patrol. This is actually one of the villains, I guess you could say. Yes, there are villains in that show. But this one is from a side series. Yes. Paw Patrol had like several like sub-series. There was not only just the regular classic, the regular kind of Paw Patrol series. There was also like other ones. Like there was one where there were super spies. There were ones where they were in the jungle. There was ones where they did underwater rescues. Like, yeah, there's quite a lot of them. And now they're coming out with more. They got night rescues. They got like, they're like knights now. They're let's see. I think I saw one where they're gonna be like truck drivers or something. I don't know what that one's gonna be about. I saw something on that, but I guess we'll have to wait till season 9 when that happens. But yeah, here is one of the characters from Motopups, and this is a part of the villains, I guess you could say. And the villains of the Motopups series is the Rough Pack, and this is one of them, and probably one of the more known characters from the Rough Pack, if I would say so myself. This is Gasket, and the number 33 Verizon Ford, and this is actually Austin Cindric's car that he ran at the Daytona 500, not this year, a year ago. But it's honestly quite crazy how he ran the 500 last year, and then he goes on to win it this year in the flagship number of Team Penske. Like, that is just unbelievable. How you go from making your first Daytona 500 start the first year to the next year actually winning it. That is insane. That is something a lot of drivers are not able to do. Like, winning the Daytona 500 in only your second attempt? That's crazy. But yeah, here's Gasket in the number 33. And you know, she's kind of like, and I know she's like kind of like rides like a bike and stuff, so you know, maybe she could be like a dirt bike racer or something. Kind of racing on dirt and sand in the desert. So, you know, she's kind of got like that kind of back roots. She's kind of got like that roots when it comes to racing. So, yeah, and she runs a part-time schedule. And then maybe, just maybe, she might become full-time in 2023. But she's got to prove herself first. But so far, pretty okay. But need to see a little more results from that 33 team if they're wanting to go far. Anyways, yes, there's that one. And now let's move on to, let's see, I believe, yeah, we got like 8 cars left to go. So we're going to try to make this quick. So next character is another character from My Little Pony Tales, but this character is not a major character in the series. This is more of a side character that was like in one episode. And yes, this is Moki Sunbright, which was in one episode. She was only in one episode in the series, and that was Ponies in Paradise. My favorite episode of the series, in my opinion. So basically the plot of it is that Bright Eyes basically is selected as a exchange student. You know, exchange student where you would learn about different people from different parts of the world. And she would spend 1 week on Tropical Island with a different family, you know, learning about other people from different cultures. And now, of course, her friends are kind of skeptical about this. And, you know, they've heard a lot of rumors that tropical ponies are not that bright. And a lot of bad things can happen. And, you know, Bryna just kind of ignores this. Like, she's like, don't worry, everything's going to be fine. Nothing's going to happen. But then once she, like, actually gets there, she kind of, like, you know, all of those rumors start to get to her head. And yeah, like, go watch the episode for yourself. Go watch the episode for yourself. I don't want to give anything away. But yeah, this is in my canon, Bright Eyes' best friend, Moki Sunbright. Now they were both on the same team at Joe Gibbs, Moki was supposed to return to Joe Gibbs, but she got cut at the last second. So a driver that basically has not been in NASCAR like since 2018, Washington native Casey Kane made his own race team, Casey Kane Racing. And yeah, this is the number 19 Best Buy car. And this is basically a car that's kind of like based off of Elliott Sadler's number 19 Best Buy car, and I do have it. Yeah, this is the car that Elliott Sadler ran. That's what it's based off. It's based off Elliott Sadler's Best Buy car. I've had this car for a long time. Yeah, I've had this car since childhood. I got this car when they were actually still making the COTs. So, yeah, I got this like all the way back. I got this like, I think I might have got this like at Walmart a long time ago. You can see this is old. Like, look at this. See all the paint chips and everything? Yeah, this has been loved. This car has been loved a lot. But yeah, I kind of based it off that. So, and I think this car, the base for it was, what was it? Some of these bases I really don't remember. What car did I use for the base for this? I don't remember. Was it, I can't remember. Maybe it will come to my head one day, but I unfortunately can't tell you the base because I can't remember. Next up, we're basically done with, characters from different shows, and now we are going to get into my made-up drivers I completely made up on my own. So, yeah, let's get into a made-up team I made. HW Racing. Now, this team entered the Cup Series, I believe, in 2019 in my headcanon, and their driver was Harley Watson. And here is his number 68 Gear Wrench Chevrolet. They signed on with with HW Racing for the 2022 season and beyond. And this is his next gen for 2022. It's not a next gen, it's a Gen 6 car, but you know, you gotta use your imagination. But so yeah, we just have the Gen 6 cars until we get the Gen 7 next gen cars. I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to them. Can't wait. But yeah, here's the number 68 car. The base for this car, obviously you can tell, is Kurt Busch's number 1 Gear Wrench car from 2019. I got this for Valentine's Day, I believe, in 2020. No, 22, was it 2021? Yeah, I think it was like 2021, I don't remember. I think I got this for Valentine's Day in like 2020 or something. I kind of don't remember. But yeah, this car I think I did get on a Valentine's Day. Number 68. And the 68 I did print out myself, so yeah, and it's basically just a font from UDoodle. Like basically all the custom fonts I give my cars, they're basically just text fonts from the UDoodle app. Yeah, I basically like get all of my decals from UDoodle on iPhone, and then I just print them out. So yeah. There you go. Oh, there we go. It just kind of flipped on its side, but I put it back up. You couldn't see it though. Anyways, this car actually does exist. This guy actually does exist, but he's not a NASCAR driver. This is Xavier Gooden. I decided to make him a extra back marker driver. This, of course, is the Cure Cancer 2017 car that he made. This was like made because I think his like grandma had cancer or something. I can't remember, But I think I'll have to like go watch like an episode of Lionel the Fix if anyone remembers the Fix on Lionel Racing. Yeah, after 2020, the Fix was dead. Like, they have not made a single episode since like March of 2020. Like, I honestly miss the Fix. It was great. Just, you could see like all the new releases that were coming out. You saw the new releases of NASCAR Authentics. They would always like release new waves. And it would also be a cool way to see like new paint schemes. Like, man, those were the days. Like, Lionel, if you're watching, please bring the Fix back. We need it. But, yeah. So this is Xavier Gooden, number 17. I got this car all the way back in 2018 with the Eric Jones DeWalt car. Also, Danica Patrick's car was also in that wave, too. I can't remember. I think it was wave 5 when this got released. 2018, wave 5. But yeah, this car was made back in... This car was made by Xavier in 2017. And it got a diecast made out of it. So, Xavier, good job for you, man. You got yourself a diecast. You got yourself a diecast. That's awesome. I wish I could have my own diecast. I mean, I made my own, but it would be cool if an actual diecast company would make me a diecast. That would be cool. So, Xavier, you're one lucky guy. One lucky dude. I mean, Keelan Harvick's also pretty lucky he has his own diecast too, because like that Keelan Harvick car, I'm hoping I get that car very soon. I mean, I know it's pretty much a copy and paste of the Kevin Harvick Hunt Brothers pizza car, but it has a different number, so it's worth getting, and it's Keelan Harvick's first ever start in NASCAR, honestly. It's not in real life, but not in real life. It's in a virtual world, iRacing, but still, his first ever start in any NASCAR league. Like, that is huge. Good on you, Keelan. Good on you. Anyways, next up, we have TJ Racing, the number 32. This car is of course, Corey LaJoie's Scooby-Doo Keen Parts for it. I know that Scooby-Doo impression probably wasn't that great, but yeah. So this was Corey LaJoie's Scooby-Doo car that he ran at Martinsville in 2019. Very nice looking car. I like this. I love this car. Look at this. Look at this hot rod. That is awesome. This is a pretty nice car. It's got Scooby and Shaggy on it. It's got the Mystery Machine colors on it. I was so happy when I got this diecast in the mail. Like, this is awesome. This is a really nice looking car. And I never got a Corey LaJoie diecast, so this was like my first Corey LaJoie car. And also to get a Go Fast Racing diecast, that's also very special too. Yeah, this was a Go Fast Racing car, but Go Fast Racing shut down. And now this car was up for grabs, and I decided to give it to a team I made up, TJ Racing. And this is Johnny Perkins in the number 32. So yeah, Johnny Perkins, he's not really that much known. He's kind of a back marker, not really that much known of a driver. But yeah, Johnny Perkins, number 32. Now let's move on to Dan Burton Motorsports. Now this is a new team that just came in 2022. And there are two cars, and they both attempt to qualify for the Daytona 500. One of their entries got in, and I will tell you which one it will be. This one did not get in. This was the 31. This is Jimmy Green. Now, this is a Ryan Newman. This is a Ryan Newman Liberty National Chevrolet. Nice looking paint scheme. I like it. Definitely cool. I like how it goes like from a blue to like a green. I thought it looked pretty cool. But that patriotic car, absolutely ugly as heck. Like, the Liberty National paint scheme, the actual one is good, but the patriotic scheme that Newman ran in the Coke 600 was just ugly, just horrible. But yeah, so that is the number 31. Jimmy Green did not make the race. But here is the second one. This is Todd Gary in the number 31, Busch's Baked Beans. Now, this is a JTG car. This was Chris Buescher's number 37 car. This was from 2018, and it's on the PTC mold. But still, nice looking car. And it was so cool when I got this because, you know, I never really got like a JTG diecast. So this was a big one for me. A big purchase for me. So, yeah, I got this car at Walmart. So, yeah, I got this at Walmart in 2019, back in like early 2019. So, yeah, it was a great find. But yeah, Todd Gary, he raced his way in on qualifying speed. Okay, next up, we have TTB Racing. This is another entry. There were 2 cars for this team. First up, we have Daniel Cartman in the number 95. This is Matt DiBenedetto's Procore car from 2019, where he basically dominated the Daytona 500, but did not win. He got involved in a crash late in the race. But yeah, this Procore car is very nice. And also, rest in peace, Levine Family Racing. They had potential. I mean, DiBenedetto almost got a win in this car. He almost won for this team. The team could have gotten their first win, but Newman got in the way and Denny Hamlin won the race. But God, I wish Matt DiBenedetto would have won that race at Bristol. That would have been so good. That would have been so amazing if he would have won that race. But I sure hope that he can get a win in the Truck Series this year. I really hope Matt DiBenedetto can go out there and win a race. I am hoping. Come on, Matty D, get it done. Bring the Rackley Roofing 25 Chevrolet to victory lane, please. But yeah, here's the 95 Procore car. It's got the rookie stripes on the back. The rookie stripes are kind of faded back there. But yeah, it's a nice looking car though. I like it. And then, the last car, here is Joshua Sauter in the number 23. This is a BK Racing car. This was driven by Alan Day. I think that's the name of the driver. But yeah, there's Betty again. There's Betty and Justin. Justin absolutely loves Betty, our white dog. Which my mom actually found her in a homeless part, like where a lot of homeless people live. And she's been living with homeless men, and she's kind of been living the hard life, and my mom rescued her, so good on her. But yeah, here's the Alan Day 23 car. It's a nice looking paint scheme. I like it. It's a pretty nice looking paint scheme, pretty plain, but you know, that's kind of like how backmarker teams are. They really don't have the money like the bigger teams do, but for a small team, that's a pretty decent paint scheme. But yeah, that's Joshua Sauter in the number 23. He's a lower series driver, making a part-time start, making maybe a one-off start for the team. So yeah, there he is. Oh yeah, I forgot. I had one more car in this group to show. And that is a third 7-time champions racing car that ran in the Daytona 500 in my headcanon. So this is the third car. This is a character from Bambi that's only known from the novel. Yeah, from the novel. Yeah, Bambi was originally a book, and then Walt Disney turned it into a movie. This was a character that didn't get any role in the movie. He's just completely absent. But I have seen some edits of what he would have looked like if he was in the Walt Disney style. This is Gooba, which he was not in the movie at all. So he was kind of a character. He was a character from the original book that did not show up. But yeah, this is his number 88 car, and I believe he's like Feline's twin brother, I think. Yeah. So yeah, he raced for Minty Racing in the 01 car. This let's see if I can find it. Let's see. Here it is. This is a Joe Nemechek car, but this is the car that he ran in. And he also runs this in late model races too. So, yeah, but Minty Racing could not afford to they couldn't afford 4 cars. And two drivers had to go. So, of course, Minty hung up the helmet and has now become a full-time owner. And Gubo had to go because, you know, Sweetberry was basically locked in. Like, she was honestly the best in the team. Minty did not want to get rid of her. And then And then Bambi was honestly kind of a driver to have around too, as he would put up results. And Gubo, I mean, he does do well, but he just wasn't able to put up the results and just didn't make the cut. So he was booted. But Jimmy Johnson gave him a ride at 7-time Champions Racing, a part-time ride. And this is his car, the number 88. Now, this is an Alex Bowman number 88 car before he went to the 48 car and became the hack, Mr. Backing into wins. Like, all luck, no skill. Yeah, just Alex Bowman making those t-shirts. It's absolutely funny how he just responds to the criticism and just makes t-shirts out of them. Like, after, like, literally Denny Hamlin calls him a hack, and then Bowman just, like, out of the blue just makes a t-shirt, and then Kyle Busch that says the same guy that wins all these races, backing into wins, blah, 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 and he just makes a shirt out of it. Oh, it's so funny. I love Alex Bowman. He's a great driver. He's a good driver. He's a great guy. Totally deserves his ride at Hendrick. But, yeah, here it is. That's Gubo's number 88. So, yeah, that does it for basically that group. But we're not done yet. No, we are not done yet. Because there is one more group. One more group. And what would that you might be? Well, it's none other than my own race team. Yes, I made my own race team. It's called MB Motorsports. And I have many cars to show. So, let's get to it. Okay, so here are the cars from my own race team. So, here we go. MB Motorsports. Here we go. Let's get to it. So, let's start with the star of the show. Me. Yeah, this is my car. Number 49. The Home Depot Chevrolet. Yeah, this is my own car. This is my own custom NASCAR. Yes, very nice looking. I actually have a Home Depot shirt on right now, so. Yeah, which Home Depot is actually in NASCAR. They sponsor Tony Stewart. They sponsored Tony Stewart in the number 20 car. Yeah, but they left after 2014. They left when Matt Kenseth drove the 20 car. So yeah, they left, and now they're back with me. And they joined the team in 2019. The team came to form in 2015, and I ran. My first start was at Kentucky, which I absolutely sucked. I DNF'd, and I absolutely sucked in the first part of my career. So, yeah, but then 2016, things started picking up. I won 3 races, again, and won 2 races in 2017. I won the Daytona 500, and I also won the championship. So, how about winning the Daytona 500 and the championship in the same year? When's the last time you would see a driver do that? I think it was Jimmy Johnson. I think the last time a driver won the Daytona 500 and the championship in the same year, I believe it was Jimmy Johnson in 2013. Yeah, because Dale Jr., he didn't win the championship the next year. Yeah, 2015, nope. Kyle Busch didn't win it. He wasn't even in the 500 because he broke his leg. And then, let's see, 2016, nope, Jimmy didn't win it. 2017, nope. And then 2017, yeah, so, but in real life, nope. But, yeah, same thing. And it just keeps on going. So, yeah, the driver that has won the Daytona 500 has not won the championship in the same year. But in my headcanon, that happened recently in 2017. Not recently. I mean, that was 2 years ago. What am I even saying? But, yeah, there's the Home Depot car. Very nice looking. Now, let's get into the next drivers. And these are the next two are basically the two younger boys I live with. And this is one of them. Here is Miles Brock in the number 5 Farmers Chevrolet. And he says something, he kind of said something about farmers, so that's kind of like why I gave him the farmers sponsor. But yeah, this is the car. Oh yeah, I believe, yes, my car was the base for my car was a 2020 Chase Elliott UniFirst paint scheme. And this one, the base was the Chase Elliott Championship car. Now, don't panic, because I have the Gold Series version. Yes, I got a Gold Series version, so don't panic. I didn't paint over my only one. I got one in the Gold Series. I wanted to get the Gold Series one, but the Authentics one was just a hold off until then. Because, you know, I had two of them, and I really didn't know what to do with the other one, so I just was like, you know what? I'll just make the other one a custom. And yeah, so there is Miles' number 5 farmer's car, which he's always down here playing Fortnite. I mean, literally, the game room is literally right next to my room, and I hear him play Fortnite all the time when he's here. So, yeah, sometimes he even wakes me up when he does it, but I don't mind it. It happens all the time. I'm pretty much used to it. But, yes, now let's get to his younger brother. This is Mason Brock, the other Mason in the house. But, yeah, this is his number 101 Moose Milk Chevrolet. Now, you might be wondering, what the heck is Moose Milk? That's not a real sponsor. Yeah, this is a made-up sponsor. Now, this was kind of a thing, like, he was he had this whole thing with, like, Moose Milk for some reason. I don't know what it was, but you know what? I decided to make it a sponsor for him, and I made it into, like, some sort of, like, drink. And, yeah, so that's his sponsor. And he also has a imaginary car friend for his car, Barry Scar. And this is his number 100 Moose Milk Ford. So, yeah, the base for this car was a Matt Kenseth Credit One Bank Chevrolet. Same with the Noah Gregson car. And let me see, what else? I think that was the only one. Yeah, I think this was like the only other one I used. Matt Kenseth Credit One for a custom. This one was an Eric Almirola Smithfield car. Yeah, but I got one in the Gold Series already, so I already had an Eric Almirola Gold Series car, so I turned that one into a custom. I turned the Authentics version into a custom. Whenever I get, like, duplicates, whenever I get duplicates of a car, I'll just turn it into a custom if I want to. If I ever want to, like, do a custom, like, basically if my mom ends up, like, getting, like, a car I already have from, like, Walmart, then I'll just, like, put it off to the side as, like, for, like, a custom I would want to make in the future or something. But yeah, here's the next one. Here is Clint Johnson, the number 98 Hunt Brothers Pizza Ford. And this is a Kevin Harvick 2019. Wait, what? Oh, no. I think it was this a 2020. Yeah, I think this is from 2020. Yeah, this is from 2020. Because you see the Cup Series logo right there. But yeah, this is the Kevin Harvick 2020 Hunt Brothers Pizza car. And I just plastered 98 numbers on it. So, yeah, pretty easy custom. Very easy to make. But, yeah, and then I also added window banners to it this year. I gave all the cars window banners this year that didn't have window banners. Or didn't have their name on the window banners. Like, sometimes, with some of the Authentics cars, they don't have the window banners, like I explained earlier in the video. So, yeah, I have to make them myself. And it's kind of a shame because they did have window banners when Lionel bought NASCAR Authentics, bought the NASCAR Authentics toy line back in 2016, and then 2017, you know, you couldn't put Monster Energy on the cars, so they couldn't do that, and then even when they left, Lionel became cheap, and they didn't even bother to put window banners on him. It's really sad. It's really sad, honestly. But anyways, moving on. This next car is the dude that we live with, the one that let us live here, Justin Brock, number 76, Corona Extra, because that is a drink that he loves. He loves Corona. He loves Corona Extra, so I made that his main sponsor. So here is his number 76 car. Nice. It's very nice looking. I love how the car turned out. Very nice. I think, yeah, this was an Alex Bowman Lumar window film Chevrolet. Because, you know, I dropped it. But, yeah, so, because Alex Bowman didn't drive the 88 anymore, so, you know, I just got that for a custom. And then, next car, we have... This is another fancy driver. This is not a family member or anything. Clint Johnson's not a family member. That's just a made-up driver. But here's the next one. This is Jimmy Faustin in the number 24 Chevrolet City car. And this car is, and the car that I use for him, William Byron's Days of Thunder throwback from 2019. Oh, I love this car. This is probably one of the best cars in my collection. I love this car. It is beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. When this car literally hit the track at Darlington back in 2019, it was so beautiful. Like, just seeing that car under the lights was just so awesome. But yeah, this is Byron's number 20. This is Byron's number 24 car, and this is Jimmy Faustin that drives it. The number 24. It has an accomplishment in the Cup Series. But he did accomplish a bit in the lower series. I will talk about that in the headcanon video if I ever decide to make one. Oh, I dropped that one too. I'll just put him off to the side. Okay, next up, we have another driver that came from the lower series. We have Truex Hansen in the number 8. This is, the base for this car is obviously, you can see Dale Jr.'s iRacing car from last year. From the last year he ran in iRacing, 2020, you know, at Homestead, where he almost won that race, but Denny Hamlin beat him in a photo finish. If any of you remember that race. But yeah, this is the filter time car they released. Nice looking car. I also have the hauler too. Yeah, so I have the car and the hauler. As you can see, and I use that as Truex Hansen's hauler. Oh yeah, I should show you my hauler too. So, but I'll get to that once we finish up with this. So, with the cars. So, yeah, here's Truex Hansen. He's another driver from the lower series I came up with. Filter time. Yeah, this is a... Yeah, it's a nice looking paint scheme. I like it. Yeah, there's Truex Hansen. And here are the last three cars for my Cup Series program. And, this is my mom, Michelle Bruce. Lululemon. Because these are the kind of pants that she wears. She's a teacher at the Yoga Collective in Bellingham. But yeah, here it is. The Lululemon car. Very basic, just black, and it's just a black car with Lululemon logos and a 10 on it. Yeah, pretty basic. Not really a lot to say. Now, last two cars. This car is actually our neighbor, and he's a big NASCAR fan too. He's been watching NASCAR, for a long time, and longer than I have. And this dude was a diehard NASCAR fan back in the day. He was a Dale Earnhardt fan, and then became a Dale Jr. fan until he retired. So, yeah, here is Matthew K. in the number 3 Gundy's Chevrolet. Gundy's is where he works, so... And I got the rookie stripes on the back because he's a rookie for this year. And I have a car, and there are 2 cars that he actually ran before this. So in 2021, he ran this car, a Dale Jr. 2008 COT National Guard car. And this is the one he drove for most of the season last year. Goodwrench Kiss, number 29. He gave me this car. And... I love it. Very nice looking. Very nice. Probably another car I absolutely love in my collection. Let me just put those cars back, though. Yeah, so here's the Gundy's car for this year, and I gave him the number 3 because, you know, Dale Sr. was his guy. Oh, my God, I keep dropping these things. What is wrong with me? Anyways, yeah, you can see I gave him the number 3 because Dale Sr. was his guy back in the day. And, yeah, Nice looking paint scheme. Very nice looking. I like it. And he also, in my headcanon, he won the Clash. So, yeah, it was not Joey Logano that won the Clash in my headcanon. Joey Logano won that race in real life, which I don't like how that happened. But the Clash was still a good race. Even though Logano won, it was still a good race. I would honestly not mind seeing the Clash at the Coliseum again next year. Because that was fun. That was fun. I really enjoyed that. NASCAR, can we please do it again? I would not mind it. NASCAR, I would not mind if we go back to LA again for the Clash, because that was great. But maybe that could open up the door for us to go to other places. Like, could we get like a NASCAR race at Lumen Field now? Could we get a NASCAR race in Seattle in Lumen Field? Because that would be awesome. I would totally go to that race. I would love to see a Cup Series race in Seattle. I would love that. That's probably the closest we're going to get to a NASCAR race, a NASCAR Cup Series race in Washington is in Seattle. But, because that's the major city in Washington. But, yeah. Here is the final car for the Cup Series. Here is Trevor Forrest in the number 9. Also, I believe the Matthew K. Diecast. I think that was a Chase Elliott 2021 Napa car. I had a few laying around. I had an extra one from... Yeah, I had an extra one. Like, actually, I ordered that number 9 Chase Elliott car. Like, hang on. Let's see if I can find it. I mean, I can't find the one that's out of the box, but here's the one in box that a friend gave to me. His name is Kyle, went to the Daytona 500. I already told you about that with the Daytona 500 stuff I have. He gave me that, and this is what he got at Phoenix. Yeah, he got me this Chase Elliott car that I already have, but yeah, it's still a nice piece to have, though. But yeah, I actually got 2 of those Chase Elliott cars when I actually ordered one, but I ordered one from eBay, but it didn't come, so I ordered one from Amazon, and the one from eBay came, and the one from Amazon came at the same time. So I had 2 of them. And I decided to turn one of them into a custom, so... Yeah, this is another Chase Elliott car. This is the Mountain Dew Zero Sugar car that Chase Elliott ran in the Clash. The Busch, like, crash, I should say, because the Clash in 2020 was an absolute wreckfest. And the most beat-up car in the field won the race. That just shows you how much of a wreckfest it was and how crazy that race was. But yeah, here's Trevor Forrest in the number 9, which he actually won a championship in the lower series last year in my head canon. So in my own head canon, and I will probably make a video on that. I don't know, but we'll see. I have a lot of other projects I want to do, so no rush. Don't rush me. But anyways, we're not done with that yet because I have an Xfinity car and a truck to show. So here is the number 20 Home Depot car for the Xfinity Series. This is Carlos Sanders in the number 20 car. This is a fictional driver from Mexico who ran in a lower series and now is promoted to the Xfinity Series. So, yeah, number 20. I don't really have that many Xfinity cars in my collection, so they really don't make much. They really don't make a lot of Xfinity cars, unlike the Cup cars. They really don't pay much attention to the Xfinity Series or the Truck Series. So, yeah, speaking of the Truck Series, here's my truck. This is Terry Hill in the number 90 Chevrolet Silverado, and this is a Johnny Sauter. This was a Johnny Sauter tender, I think. It's like some sort of thing for animals. I don't know. It had a horse on it. I can't remember what this Tenda. I think it was Tenda. I think that's what it was called. I can't remember though. But yeah, this was a Johnny Sauter truck, but I turned it into my own truck, and I gave it a Chevrolet front, even though this is a Ford, but I just gave it a Chevy because I don't have a Chevrolet one. And honestly, I can't tell the difference, but And honestly, it does. You really can't even tell if it's a Ford with this. So, you know what? It's a Chevy. Why not? But yeah, I also got rookie stripes on the back to indicate that he's a rookie. So yeah, I believe also this was a Tyler Reddick Kill Switch Engage Chevrolet. Yeah, this is just a random number 2 Tyler Reddick card that I had. I also have the magnet to prove that I do have it. So yeah, this is the magnet that came with it, Kill Switch Engage. So yeah, that's what this car was. And then I painted it, and now I just have the magnet, which this magnet looks pretty cool. I like it. Okay, so now to close things out, this was not planned, but we're going to do one more. This is the haulers. I already saw the number 8 hauler. Now let's get into the other ones. So this is a Terry Labonte. This is a Terry Labonte hauler, but I use it as Miles' hauler because Kellogg's is one of his sponsors. So yeah, this is an old Terry Labonte hauler. The door is missing. I don't know where the door went. But yeah, it's a nice looking hauler. I like it. It's very nice. Very old too. I don't know what year this is from. I think it... Let me see. What year is this from? Does it even say? I don't know. I don't know what year it's from. Maybe 2001, 2002. I don't know. It's somewhere around that time though. Also, this sponsor GMAC. That is now, that's what Ally was. Yeah, this was originally Ally. Ally basically was in NASCAR a long time ago under a different name, and now they're back. So, yeah. And now, last but not least, here's my hauler. Number 49, and this is kind of a mix of a cab. I don't know what cab it was. It was from a different driver, but this was like a Jimmy Johnson Lowe's hauler that just got completely ripped up. So I decided to just make it my own hauler. Yeah, you can see. You can see there, I got THX right there, Home Depot. And then I also have BioLife right here. That's another sponsor. Yeah, this is a pretty old hauler. I drew this. This is from a while ago. I don't draw logos anymore because I have a printer now. Oh yeah, and there is a door. There is a door. So yeah, so you can just I can just put my car in there and there. And the Dale Jr. hauler does have a door as well. So the Terry Labonte one's the only one that doesn't have a door. But yeah, that is my collection. That's all my custom cars and haulers. So, well, one hauler, but yeah, that's it. So you finally know. Now you know. Now you know that I have my own cannon. I do my own races. I do my own imaginary NASCAR Cup Series season every year. And I also do it at the same time of the race too. That's why I make racetracks for every race. So I do my race and watch the actual race at the same time. In case you didn't know. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's the video, everyone. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss a video, all that stuff. I am planning to make a lot more videos in the future. I'm still working on my My Little Pony New Generation movie review. I am still working on it. I promise it's coming. It's coming. I'm literally trying to find enough time for me to work on it. I just have a lot going on, you know. And also the whole news with Russell Wilson leaving Seattle and the whole rebuild that we're going through. It's kind of affected me, so, you know, sometimes I really don't feel like doing this when I'm in that mood, but, you know, it's been rough. It's been rough in some parts, so you're just gonna have to be patient. But, yeah, I'm just gonna be making little bits of content until then. So, yeah, oh, my phone's about to die, but, yeah, we're just gonna close things out. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!